What's up, my dudes? Today I am here with some tips on how to help get through depression in a healthy way and how to help with PTSD. A lot of these tips for depression and PTSD kind of mingle together. So I'm just going to read them all off and I'll let you know if like one just pertains to PTSD or not, but a lot of them can help with both. With depression, it's just stuff where you don't want to get out of bed, you don't enjoy the things you used to, you feel blah or numb all the time, or you're crying all the time, or you're sad all the time, or mad all the time. There's so many different things, and there is a lot more advice out there. These are just 10 tips that I wanted to work into a short video because I get a lot of people asking me how to deal with depression, and a lot of people these days how to deal with PTSD. If you don't know what PTSD is, it's post-traumatic stress syndrome, and it happens because you've experienced or witnessed some type of traumatic event. A lot of times it happens because of like sexual abuse, like rape or molestation, or it can happen from witnessing a violent act on someone else. And some people don't understand, like, how can you be traumatized if the event happened to someone else? Well, if you've seen it, it traumatizes your brain, and it's not something you choose to have happen to you, believe me. I have a friend, that shooting, she didn't get shot, her daughter's boyfriend did, but she did witness it, and it happened in her own yard, and it was very scary for her, and she's dealing with a lot. So she's also one person that asked me to make this video, and a lot of you guys have asked me about the depression part, so here it is. Well, let me flip back to the beginning. The first thing, about PTSD is it can be long-lasting or it can be temporary, okay? So there's no time frame on PTSD. The first tip is call or text a hotline and Google them, okay? You can Google PTSD hotline or depression hotline, suicide hotline. Just Google it. If you're watching this, then you should be able to Google it, okay? Number 2 is seeing a psychiatrist. Number 3 is talking to a therapist. The difference between a psychiatrist and a therapist: psychiatrists can prescribe meds. You may need meds for it. A lot of times depression comes from a chemical imbalance in the brain. But it's also the same with PTSD. Seeing a psychiatrist, you might need meds to help with the anxiety attacks or the not sleeping or whatever, or not wanting to leave your house. And then a therapist, somebody you can just talk to and just say all of it, say anything and everything. And they have to keep it all confidential unless you plan on hurting yourself or someone else. That's the only time they have to, take charge and do something about it. But other than that, they keep everything quiet. And it's just between you and them. So that's a good thing. Sometimes talking to a stranger is much better than talking to someone who knows you, because you feel insecure about opening up completely. But with a therapist or a psychiatrist, you can open up as much as you need to. So number 4 is join a support group. Kind of the same thing there with PTSD and depression. There's a lot of them online these days. A lot of towns don't have these support groups, like, physically. So you might have to find one online. Once again, Google them. A lot of them might be on Facebook. They could have websites, things like that. Google PTSD hotline or PTSD support group, or and depression support group. I just found out, I met someone else who was abused for many years by someone who was a narcissistic sociopath, and I was telling her about what I go through with the narcissistic sociopath that is the woman that I clean for and take care of on a 7-day-a-week basis. And first of all, she's like, you need to get out of there, because everybody's afraid she's gonna hurt me because it's that bad. And it messes with your head when you have a narcissist abuse you. The way they get in your head, it's sad. That's a whole nother video on its own. And it can create PTSD from those types of relationships, whether it's romantic or not. It creates a trauma bond, meaning that there's this bond there that is pretty much concreted me to her, and I can't let it go. But there are ways, and I will be working on that. I have been working on that. So but there's so many support groups out there for any issue you may have. If you have ADHD or anxiety or dysphoria, there are support groups. Look it up, Google it, and go and check it out and see if that's the group. There should be more than one for each thing, so just look around until you find the right place. It fits you. The next thing, number 5, is learn breathing and meditation exercise. Breathing properly can help the right amount of oxygen go to your brain, into your body, to your lungs, and it can help you feel better physically, which can therefore help you feel better mentally. Meditation, get on YouTube and search guided meditations. A lot of people are intimidated when you say the word meditation because they think they have to clear their minds first, but that's not how it works. It can help you clear your mind once you begin the meditation. Sometimes clearing your mind is the target that you want to reach, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just about filling your mind with something better than what's there now. So look up on YouTube. I use these guided meditations every day, and a lot of times it helps me fall asleep at night. I'll listen to them, put in some earbuds, and go to sleep to a guided meditation, and it keeps me from the nightmares and the night terrors and stuff, you know, because I have a lot of those due to my PTSD. Number 6 is going out into the sun, which helps a lot because the sun increases your serotonin levels, which is usually off when you are depressed, and so it can help with that. It can help balance out the serotonin levels, and just make sure, if you're, you know, especially if you're fair skin or something, to put on some sunscreen, sunglasses, you know, just if you're going to be out there for a while in the sun. Number 7 is writing it out. All right, write on, okay? Because writing, it's like talking to someone, but even better. Because then you can write down a list of how you feel. Write down a list of what you want your goals to be, and write down a list of positive affirmations. Look up positive affirmations and then write them down. Like, I'm amazing. I am. The key words to positive affirmations are I am. And eventually, and you want to say these and write these every day, and eventually you'll start to believe it. And it can help you not only get out of your depression and even PTSD by saying, I am strong. I am confident in myself. I can overcome this. I have overcome this. You saying those things can help you get through that once you, because you got to be consistent. You got to keep on putting it in you every single day. And then you'll eventually start acting on those words, and you'll become that person that you've spoken to existence. It's like the law. It's the law of attraction, okay? Put it out there enough, and it's going to come back to you the proper way, and it'll manifest. So keep writing, and write down something like, if you have some kind of anxiety attack or something, or flashback, something triggered your PTSD to just go off, and you had a bad day with that because you reacted in a very unhealthy way because of it. I want you to get into your journal, and I want you to write down what happened, what was the trigger, how did you write down how you reacted, and if it was negatively, then write down next, what can I do different next time I'm triggered? Do these things every day. Find one event in your life every day that you could have done differently, and then write down what you will do differently next time. Because what this technique does is it helps you become more aware of your thoughts and your actions and your words. It helps you to think before you act. I am dead serious because I am living proof of this. I did this every day. When I started seeing a counselor, when I got clean from cutting and from drugs, this is what I told the counselor I was going to do. Because he told me to do something else, and I was just like, that's not good enough. That's not going to help me. So I was like, I'm going to do this. And so I did. And the next week I showed him what I did. And after a few weeks, he's seen how it was helping me tremendously and quickly. He said, I'm going to start making my other patients do the same thing that you're doing. He said, because this is so smart. He was like, I cannot believe I didn't think of this. So, and he did. And so a lot of his patients are doing great. They're doing fantastic because they're doing the same thing I did. So do that. Right. Okay. The next thing is just practice regular self-care. You know, get yourself prettied up a little bit. Brush your hair every day, brush your teeth every day. Do regular things that you are supposed to. Shower, all those things every day, okay? And eat healthy. That's another one I forgot to put on here. You know, like vegan food. Stay away from a lot of sugars and refined carbs because they will make you feel cruddy. They'll make you feel depressed. They literally will. So, you know, hummus, guacamole, organic foods. Those are good things to have. Fresh vegetables. You know, you can sprinkle a tiny bit of salt on a tomato if you want. You know, that's not going to overdo it. It's not, just make sure you watch your salt intake, you know, the rest of the day and other things, because a lot of things have so much salt added to it. So that's why it's so good to be able to eat fresh foods. But if you can't, you can't. Eat salads, eat, you know, and if you want a snack, eat hummus or guacamole with, like, I eat blue corn chips and they're organic. It's so good dipped in hummus and guacamole. Oh my God. I used to be hooked on Doritos and sour cream, and I gained well over 20 pounds from it, which I'm still trying to lose. And I don't even crave it no more. I still have sour cream and bags of Doritos sitting in there that I don't even eat no more because I don't want it. I don't crave it. I do still have a small bowl of ice cream every so often. It's my cheat. You can have a cheat, but just make sure you don't eat away your emotions or eat away your boredom, because that's when it makes you feel worse. You might feel good while you're eating it, but afterwards you're not going to feel good, and your physical body definitely isn't going to feel good. So try to eat healthy. Okay, and then number 9 is be open with your loved ones. Keep in touch with them. Have a certain time once a day that someone you trust can call, text, or check in on you. This way, having someone to hold you accountable will help you feel more motivated. If you know they're going to call me, they're going to make sure I'm not laying up in the bed, sleeping all day, or eating all day, you know, or just hating on myself. They're going to make sure that I'm trying to be positive and healthy and trying to get out of this. So, but if you don't have someone like that in your life, if you just have nobody that will do this for you, then you do this for you. You set an alarm, even if it's on your phone, once a day at a certain time every single day. And then when that alarm goes off, you start asking your own self questions. Am I up? Am I out of the bed? Am I doing something productive or creative or whatever? And make yourself get up and do that. Hold yourself accountable if there's nobody else there for you. And number 10 is exercise. 20 to 30 minutes a day. Stretch, 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 stretch. And stretch before, in the middle, and after. Because let me tell you, it made a huge difference for me last year when I was really exercising a lot, which I'm starting to do again. Now that the weather is getting good again, I can come outside and exercise and walk. I also like to do a lot of like step aerobics, which, like, you can just use some steps on your porch. Just make sure that they're safe. I have the railing to hold on to, so that helps me from falling. I stretch before, and I do a few things. I work out my body from head to toe. But what exercise does, whatever form of exercise you like, any of it will help. Even dancing, turn on some music, get in your room and dance if you can't come out in nature. I prefer nature because everything I do, I try to do it outside. Because nature, Mother Earth, Gaia, whatever you want to call her, heals us. There are negative ions on the surface of the earth, and if we walk barefooted on the surface of the earth, those negative ions will go into our body, which is what we need more of. It keeps us from getting sick. When we start getting sick, it's because our body has too many positive ions, and we have to get rid of those. So by doing that, you can walk on the earth barefooted, sit on the earth barefooted, whatever, and your body will absorb more negative ions, which will help you get rid of sicknesses and stuff. And it will help you mentally as well. Just look around and look at the beauty around you. I mean, there's got to be something somewhere you can find that's beautiful, and just to help change your perspective on life in general. Let's see. And of course, the bonus one is consistency. Stay consistent with all of these tips here, okay, guys? Because they will help you. But they won't help if you don't stick with it. If you do it 3 times and you give up, no wonder it's not helping, because you didn't keep trying. You've got to work at this shit. It'll get easier after a while. It'll become a habit, and that's what you want. You want this stuff to become a habit so you can hold yourself accountable throughout your depression and your PTSD, and it'll work. Okay, it will. There might probably be some more tips on PTSD that can help with that for sure. And I know there's more tips on depression as well. You can Google those things, find a good website that feels like you can read it easily, and just get on there and, type in tips on how to get through depression or tips on how to get through PTSD. And it can help you a lot more than just what I've given you guys here. But this is the start. This is all I've ever done, and it helped me. My life isn't perfect, and nobody's ever will be. Bad shit is still gonna happen. And I'm here to tell you, if you stick with these tips, this advice I'm giving you, and you stay consistent with it, it will help change your perspective on life. So even when the bad things come knocking at your damn door, you can say, "Hi, honey. I'll just come right on in. I'm good. How you doing? You want me to cook you some macaroni?" I mean, I'm serious. Like, you just have a different perspective. Be like, this will blow over too. It's a storm. It'll just move over to somebody else, later on. And then you can help that person because you made it through with a level head and light. You didn't lose your light. You didn't let the darkness in. And even if you let the darkness in a little bit, that's okay. You know how many times I've let the darkness in my life? Because I'm a light worker and I'm an empath, it's so much easier. I walk with the darkness every day. It's like, here and here's me. Like, we're just walking together. But I have to keep that darkness from coming over onto my side. And if I keep the darkness from coming over, then I'm doing good. But I have let it come over a few times. And we've partied and all that. Oh, and another tip, dancing. Turn on music. Music and dancing, anything creative. Art, drawing, writing, poetry, writing songs. All these things are turning on something funny. Funny movies, funny videos. I've got funny videos here. If I'm your cup of tea, then check out my other videos, because laughter also increases, just like exercise. I think I failed to mention this. Exercise and laughter increases all of the right hormones and chemicals in your body and in your brain that will help level out. They'll level it out, because with depression, you have a lot of times it's from a chemical imbalance. Sometimes it's because just life sucks around you, but sometimes it's because of a chemical imbalance, and then you have the seasonal depression called SAD, but if you can do these things to level that stuff out, just keep increasing the good stuff. Stay away from drugs and alcohol when you're depressed, guys, because it will get you hooked just like that. All right, it's different. Like, if you're living a normal, happy, healthy life, and you have a drink with a friend, and then you're good, and then you don't want to drink tomorrow because you're happy, you're fine. But when you're not happy and you're depressed and stuff, and you go and you have a drink, sitting alone in your house just drinking or popping some pills or whatever, it's gonna get you hooked so quick, because you're like, whoa, I felt so good while I was drinking. I felt so good while I was high. I'm just gonna keep on doing it because it got me out of my depression. That's one of the things that hooked me. I didn't have to think about being raped or being molested or having a dad that hated me or whatever it was. I didn't have to think about all those things when I was high on those pain pills. But so when I got clean, I had to start dealing with that shit just to make sure I didn't go back to it. And I want to prevent people from becoming addicts. I want to help prevent addicts from falling back into those habits. So that's what I'm here for. I'm here to take my pain, my past pain, and to turn it into something beautiful that will help you all. All right, guys, so leave me a comment, leave me a thumbs up. If you like this, please share on any of your social medias. Share this video, because we got to get out there. The world is in pain, and we've got to help more people. All right, let's share this light from this video, this love and this light. You guys share your love and light by sharing this video with other people, and the right people will find it, and then hopefully it'll help them. And just stay consistent with the advice, okay, guys? I love y'all so much. Thank you for your time, and I'll leave all my social medias below. Go follow them all, and if you add me on Snapchat too, I'll even add you back. But yeah, so I guess that's it, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, if I could say words. And the next video that's going to be out, hopefully in a day or two, maybe sooner, and it'll be a funny one. So I'm going to start like alternating, I think, like 2 videos a week, 1 funny and 1 helpful. Do you guys like that idea? Let me know down below. Love you guys very, very much. And, oh yeah, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe and join the miZfitZ squad. Woo woo! Caw-caw! Caw-caw! I know myself. Love you guys. Bye.